Hello and welcome everyone to Overdrive. Lovely sunset there today. I am in Chennai. This is Rohit Paradkar and this is a live video that's coming from Chennai. This is a lovely sunset that's happening in Chennai, and I've had quite an eventful day today. And through the day, giving me company was this. This is the Volvo XC60. It's the new compact crossover that will come into India very soon, 12 December to be precise. Well, Nikhilesh, hold your horses, man. That's the car. I hope you can see it. I'm very sorry that I'm having to shoot this at sunset. We've been driving all day today. It's been quite an action-packed day, quite hectic. So we finally have a few minutes with the car now before it goes back. And that is what I'm going to do now. Anyway, so this is what the car looks like. Price and specs, Sandeep. The specs, basically this is the D5 trim. So if you know your Volvos well, the D5, basically the badge points towards a 2-liter diesel motor. In the XC60 it will put out about 235 PS of power and about 480 Newton meters of torque. That's the rear end, and that is the D5 badging that I am talking about. So that is the inscription trim and all-wheel drive. So it does come with all-wheel drive. The inscription trim is the only one we have on our test right now. I'm sorry. Yeah, so that is what the car looks like. XC60. So basically this is the all-new XC60. It was unveiled earlier this year, and we already have it in the country. It will be launched on the December 12th. I'm going to quickly show you the cabin. Well, that is the cabin. Taking center stage is that big infotainment system. We've seen it on all the 90 series of cars from Volvo. It makes its way into the XC60 as well. I love the system. It's nice, slick interface. My phone's not connected to it right now, but you get the same system that you get in the 90 series of cars as well. Larger AC vents in this, of course, and the cooling is quite good. What I particularly like is this wood finish. They're calling it the driftwood trim. A little bit of a problem there. I can see some inconsistent panel gaps. You don't see it on this side, you have it on this side, but I'm nitpicking. I like the texture of the wood. It really feels nice. I like the overall treatment. I like the attention to detail. Like, for example, this chrome lining that you see running around, if you see on the other side, they have also sort of embossed the Swedish flag. It's also there on the seats. Anyway, so speaking of the seats, those are the seats. As always, they have been designed with inputs from orthopedics, and all sorts of medical inputs have gone in there to make sure that these seats are very comfortable for long distance journeys, and also in the event of an unfortunate accident. The layout, the overall layout, all the switchgear, it's very similar to all the Volvo cars, the latest Volvo cars, of course. So you get that knurled finish, you get that big touchscreen infotainment system, easy to use, easy to read buttons on the steering wheel, a very easy to read instrumentation as well. You have 4 driving modes that you can select using this little rotary dial. There you go. You have eco, comfort, off-road and dynamic. Now this particular inscription trim also comes with air suspension. How it's performed, we'll talk about it later in the review. There's a Bowers & Wilkins 15 speaker system. As always, sounds great. The seats, they're very comfortable. We've been driving all day, no complaints there. You also have a ventilation function only for the front seats though, but I'm not complaining. Overall, it's a really nice car. I'll show you the space at the back, though it's full of our stuff and our kit, so please don't judge us for that right now. But the space is really good for this class of car. I think it's a very spacious car. I'm going to quickly pop the boot. Electric boot. There it goes up. Again, a lot of stuff back there. I'm so sorry about that. It's got a really large boot. Oh wait, I'm just going to open that again. One nice feature that I really like is the parcel tray. So you have a parcel tray, of course, but then you can also adjust the height for it. If you store something that's maybe tall, you can have a slightly taller height and it still comes out all the way outward, so that it completely blocks the view from the outside. So if you don't want unwanted eyes looking into your boot space, you have this nifty little feature. And if you have, say, a suitcase or something, you can just pull it down, whatever. I mean, this is completely adjustable, and I like the height adjustment feature on it. There you go. So the price, okay, so the pricing is going to be announced sometime in December. Like I said, 12th of December is the official launch. I don't think a price announcement would come anytime before that. We are going to try and get the pricing out of them today when we speak to the guys at Volvo. But the car, I think, looks great. It feels quite good to drive. I like that engine. It goes very well with the character of this car. It's quite punchy, though I'll put down my thoughts in a clearer manner and have the review up very soon. Now, while you guys take a look at the car, I'm just going to pause for a moment and quickly go through your comments and see if there's anything else that I can sort of cover in this particular video. So please be patient. Well, new features, lots of new safety features. Like we saw in the 90 series of cars, we have the lane keep assist that becomes a standard feature in this car. You have a lot of other safety technologies as well. We are going to list them down once we have a clearer word from Volvo on exactly what is going to be included in the inscription trim that heads to the Indian market. So do stay tuned to the review for all those details. But yes, there will be better safety features. It will be equipped with better features and safety features as compared to the outgoing car. Fuel economy, well, they haven't made any claims on the fuel economy yet, but from the launch we will get you the ARAI certified fuel economy and the emissions ratings, of course. Chennai rocks, yes, I understand. Shumi, belated happy birthday. Yes, I'll pass on your messages to him. Any update on the XC40 coming to India? In fact, we are going to have a chat with them later today, so we will ask them about the XC40. I know there's a lot of excitement about the XC40 already. Given the kind of pricing that Volvo has been managing for their vehicles lately, I'm sure the XC40 is going to be quite a big hit in that sense. I think this car looks gorgeous, especially, I mean, yeah, the face is quite common to all new Volvos now, but this size, for this size, it just goes in very perfectly. More than the typical elegant lines that you saw on the larger Volvos, this looks slightly more energetic. It looks more sporty. The interior is just awesome. Yes, I personally like the interior. I like the fact that they have used the tan color for the upholstery as well. I think it works very well in the Indian market. I've seen some V90s that have put in a decent amount of mileage on them and the upholstery still looks new. Volvo is just awesome. The design used to be understated. Now it has changed so much. Yes, Vasudevan, you're right. The design has changed a lot, and that has been one of the key reasons why we are seeing a lot more Volvos on the Indian roads these days, because the design has just clicked with the Indian audience and there's no denying it just looks gorgeous. Price, expected price, like I said, price, I think 12th December would be the safe bet for it. That is when we'll get the pricing, but I believe that it will be somewhere between the 60 to 70 lakh rupee mark, the starting price. That is where it will take on the likes of the Q5, the Mercedes-Benz GLC, the upcoming Lexus NX 300h, and of course the BMW X3. Does it have CarPlay and Android Auto? Yes, of course. It has all the latest smartphone interfaces. So Android Auto and CarPlay do make their way into this car. I would have liked wireless charging as well, especially now that the iPhones are also supporting it. Unfortunately, the XC60 doesn't get that. Tire size, please. Yes, let's take a look at the tire size. These are Michelins. There you go. And I think that's a very smart looking design. And as far as the tire sizes are concerned, it's a 235/55, and this is a 19-inch wheel. I'm sure that they will have other options for wheel designs and wheel sizes again, but that is at a later stage. I'm not sure how many trims they will begin with when they launch on December 12th. Backlight looks outdated, Sagar. No, not exactly. I think the rear end looks good. The tail light also looks good. Maybe in this particular setting it's not looking very different to you, but then again, it's a Volvo signature. This tail light shape is a Volvo signature, and I'm really glad that they've stuck to it. It's easily identifiable as a Volvo, and it's got all the new age elements. The kind of LED layout it has, I think it looks really nice. In fact, let's turn on the lights and see what it looks like now, because it's gone a little dark anyway. There we go. I think it's a smart looking design. Nothing outstanding about it, I agree, but it's a smart looking design, and I think it does the job pretty well. I like the outline, the way it highlights the outline. I think it looks good. In a darker environment, I'm sure it's going to look even better. Colors choice, Kanwar, I'm not sure. That is something that we'll only know once we are at the launch, because they are holding their cards very close to their chest. They don't want to talk too much about what colors, how many upholstery options, and as you know, that keeps changing every year. They keep introducing new stuff every year, so that's something that is more of a brochure talk. There you go. LED headlamps, looks good. Air suspension, yes, air suspension is standard on the Inscription trim, and that's the one that we have driven today. Volvo is famous for its safety, of course, and safety features are going to be the biggest talking point for this car, of course. A lot of standard features expected. Semi-autonomous driving technologies like the V90 and the S90 and the XC90, of course. All those are making it to the XC60 as well, which is a very good thing. Does it have cornering lights? Of course it has cornering lights. Abhijit, I showed the interior earlier. I'm just going to do that for you again. And with that, we are going to end that video, because I have to go and return the car, because I started getting a lot of calls from the Volvo team. I think I'm the last guy to reach back. Anyway, so that's what the cabin looks like. I'm just going to give you a glance of it from the back as well. And of course, yeah, there is a panoramic sunroof. I know we have a lot of fans of sunroofs here, and there is a panoramic sunroof. And the feeling inside this cabin is quite roomy, quite airy, and I've enjoyed driving every bit all of today. So yes, that is what it is. That is the XC60. I'm just going to give you a quick glance from the outside once again before we end this video. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Volvo XC60. Like I said, it will be out on December 12th. That is the official launch date for the XC60. As always, Overdrive will be present to bring you all the details from the launch, the pricing, the variants, the different options. We'll cover most of it, hopefully all of it, and that is the car for you. Thank you so much for watching. You've been a great audience as always, and I hope I answered most of your questions. Thank you.